Hello, everybody. Today I am joined by Asheville City Soccer Club women's head coach Billy Lesesne. Coach, how are you doing today?
Anthony, I'm doing great. Excited to be with you today.
Excited for this too. Well, this is your first season with the club. What made you want to come to Asheville?
Part of a family move that we made. My wife is actually teaching at Western Carolina in their PT program. So we moved from Athens, Georgia, here. She's got a wonderful opportunity there. And I just wanted to get embedded in the Asheville soccer scene since soccer's been a part of my life, coaching primarily in the college level for about 30 years. So getting involved here, working with the HFC club, helping players in their college process, helping them find schools. Was part of the first reason I was here, but then opportunities with Asheville City came along, and again, a lot of the players within this league are college players, so it's a cohort that I've worked with again for about 30 years. So excited about spending time with more college players and helping them use their summers to prepare for their next season, or other players hopefully moving on from level to level and maybe pursuing a professional career. So Asheville City gave the opportunity for that, and the city of Asheville is very vibrant from a soccer standpoint. So excited about what I saw when we moved in June last year, seeing a couple of games, seeing the very very festive crowds that supported Asheville City in both the men's and women's programs. So excited to be a part of it now.
For fans who may be unfamiliar with your coaching style, describe to them the brand of soccer you were bringing to the club.
Yeah, I think every coach likes to have ideas and philosophies about how they would like to play, but again, most of those for me resolve around possession based, but possession with a purpose. I mean, we want to be a team that creates scoring opportunities and limits our opponents. Oftentimes, we'd like to win the ball in midfield, so having numerical superiority there helps us. We want to be disciplined, make sure we're good in set piece situations. So, again, we like to be an aggressive team from an attacking standpoint, but again, when ball's lost in transitional moments, make sure we get behind it and are settled and comfortable without the ball, as well as with it.
And you were bringing in two assistants with you to Asheville, Emery Wegener and Kendall Baird. Can you speak a bit about both and why you decided to bring them in?
Yeah, Kendall's been in the Asheville community a little longer, and um, you know, Kendall is, she's at coaching at the college level, but with a men's program. So there are not many female coaches that are coaching men's college programs as she does. And I've also gotten to know her somewhat through HFC. She's worked with some of the teams there. Just been impressed with her demeanor. She is an educator. She teaches the game, which I appreciate. Spent some time with her at the National Coaches Convention, and I like the things that she espoused as far as why she's coaching, and the relationships she builds with her players that she's doing at Warren Wilson on the men's side. Excited to see what she can bring here. And again, she's a little more established in the community of Asheville and Asheville soccer than Emery or myself. Emery has just been hired at HFC as the goalkeeping director. She played for Asheville City last year when I was the coach at University of Georgia. Emery played for me there, so I've known her for several years, even through the recruiting process. She took her COVID year of eligibility and played one more year at the University of Maryland, but Em's done a really nice job uh, helping goalkeepers grow. She's worked at TKI with Jill Lloyd and done a lot of camps with her. So, I mean, I think she's got a really good background. And the goalkeeping coach we had at the University of Georgia, Katie Ely, who is now at the University of Maryland, is also a very good teacher of the game, and has given Emery a very strong foundation as far as a leader of goalkeepers and being able to teach that position.
And last year, the club finished with 6 draws in 12 games. What do you think it takes for a team who was so close to multiple wins last season to turn those ties into victories?
Yeah, it just takes moments of quality in the final third. I mean, ultimately, games are generally won and lost inside the boxes, and just making sure that we have a plan to be positive in the attacking areas, and also to have a strong fortified defense, I think is going to be important. But it just comes down to quality in the moment, in the right part of the field. And um, I'm hopeful that some key players will be very responsible there. I mean, you want players who want to take that responsibility on their shoulders. And I think we've got some players that are coming in that have some experience and can be dynamic in those situations.
And the roster building is still underway for the club, but so far, how do you feel that it is shaping up for this season?
Yeah, I think we've got quality in a lot of different positions, which may give us some systematic, abilities to adapt, based on sometimes our opponent, sometimes time and score. So I think our roster is one that, again, we are involved in the process of growing and finding the best options available. But very satisfied with a lot of the pieces that we have currently. And again, I think as in most, I think they used 32 players on the roster last year. Some players come in late, some leave early. So it's almost as if during this league, there is a constant flux and flow. So having players that are adaptable, I think, is important. And we do have, several players that are returning, several that are Asheville natives, and then several new faces. So just the ability to kind of integrate those players as we kind of go through a very fluid season is going to be important.
Are there any players in particular that Asheville fans should keep an eye out for this upcoming season?
Well, I think the return of Parker Roberts is really exciting. Parker is certainly a fan favorite in Asheville, and was a very decorated player at the University of Florida, and had been with the Orlando Pride. So, having her come back to town, I think is really exciting. That's the one I've heard the most buzz about from the soccer community, but also just knowing the kind of person Parker is, a natural leader, just a very vibrant, friendly, outgoing, helpful person who is going to help some of the younger players really settle in. And I think she'll be a very good role model. But I think she is one of the key names that people may recognize from years past that is coming back to Asheville this year. So excited to have her here.
And just as a message to the fans, why should they be excited for this season?
You know, Asheville's a passionate place, and there are a lot of registered soccer players. You look at the size of Asheville and see how many, you know, the adult leagues and the co-ed leagues, and just there are a lot of people who play soccer in Asheville, and it's a small community, but they support each other. And I think having players who at some point maybe be citizens in Asheville, or people who want to play at the college level or even play professionally. You get a chance to see those players kind of figure it out, and spend time watching those players grow and develop. And hopefully our team will do the same. So I'm excited about sharing the journeys of these players with the people of Asheville, because Asheville is a good soccer town.
What are your expectations slash goals for this season?
Yeah, I think we'll spend some time talking to the team about what that might look like. But ultimately, as a collection of individuals, I'm hoping that each individual player's journey is one of growth. A lot of these players will only be here for a month and a half, 2 months. They're going to be excited about their fall seasons at their colleges and universities. So I want to help them prepare for that journey. So in our training, we'll do some functional training based on the positions that they play, so that they can get more comfortable and more reps and in the positions that they're playing. So, I think that's an important part of the individual player development. But, as a team, we want to improve upon our league standings, and hopefully, after our game July 1, be a team that qualifies for the playoffs. I think that's every program's aspiration, is to, use your regular season to get to postseason. And, hopefully we'll have the quality of the results to help us get there.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, Anthony, thank you. Looking forward to it.